The organisation Undoing Tax Abuse, that's OUTA, says Eskom should clean its house before asking for more money. Revelations surfaced yesterday that the power utility is taking Nersa, that's the National Energy Regulator of South Africa, to court. It wants the regulator to review its decision to grant them a 5.23% tariff hike as opposed to the 19.9% they applied for. Eskom was invited to show yesterday but declined to comment on the matter at this stage. We were hoping they would come in and talk to us, but they obviously are waiting for things to ease out with the courts first. Joining us, though, to discuss the matter in studio, we've got Ronald Chauke, who is OUTA's portfolio manager on energy. Good to have you, Ronald. Thank you very much for joining us on the program.
Thank you, and welcome to your viewers.
All right. Ronald, what was your reaction when you heard about all of this?
To be honest with you, Eskom is putting us in a different situation. The way in which things are now, it seems we have to go back to the price review of electricity, of which is unfortunate. Remember, it will be a landmark on its own because it's for the first time since we started electricity regulation in the country that Eskom has to take the authority to court.
Yeah.
So on its own, it doesn't bear well for us because it is compromising what you can call the price setting in the country. And then me and you as electricity users, unfortunately, we are put in a situation whereby we should say that we should expect even more tariff hikes, which will affect our cost of living.
Which is a big problem because South Africans are already cash-strapped at this time, and we feel like we've bailed Eskom out on numerous occasions. However, to put viewers in perspective, unless Nersa grants Eskom 66.7 billion rand additional revenue through these increased electricity tariffs, it might not be able to continue servicing us. So we're caught in a very bad position right now.
Yes, but most of the problems in Eskom are man-made. Usually the pains which Eskom is saying that they are suffering of having problems with their cash flows and all things like that is own creation. So that whole situation shouldn't be passed through onto the customers for the customers to suffer even more. It's very, very important that as we speak now, me and you as electricity users, we need to stand up and say that enough is enough.
Yeah.
These price hikes are unfortunate and they are unnecessary. I can just give you a quick hint about where we are now. You'll find that since the last 10 years, electricity prices has increased by more than 500%. And then when you look at it from ordinary taxpayers and electricity users, it's unfortunate and unaffordable.
Yeah.
Now it means that someone has to stand up and say that, government, can you please assist us by fixing this situation? And then for Eskom to say that they have to challenge Nersa, it means that they are tackling the heart of what you call price setting in the country. The question will be, is it in the interest of the country? Is it in the interest of me and you as consumers? Also, what will it imply for the credibility of the energy regulator of South Africa? It will have serious rippling effects, which will be negative to the economy and to the country as a whole.
Yeah, I mean, there were public hearings when it came to the tariff increases that Eskom were asking for. What does this say, about the undermining of the process? Because you've had the public involvement. They have basically put their way forward. Everybody's put their way forward. Now you're taking the matter to the courts. What does this say about the process?
All in all, as I said, it means that Eskom is saying that Nersa didn't do its work right, implying that when Nersa discharges its function and its mandate in line with the Energy Regulator Act, as well as when you look at price setting is done through what we call the Electricity Pricing Policy of 2008. Eskom implies that Nersa doesn't know what it is doing. And then from us in civil society and technocrats within the industry, that is not the true reflection of the matter.
Yeah.
The problem which we are dealing with at the present moment is Eskom. Like, for instance, now, the current price problems which we are having in the country are not necessarily related to economic issues or the consumers and the users. The problem is the Eskom build program. When you look at Eskom's capital expenditure program, it is running late by more than 5 to 10 years. And then that program on its own is having what we call cost overruns, which are so huge to the extent that when you look at the state of the capture report by the former public protector, Advocate Thuli Madonsela, it gives you a good sense of what you're dealing with when you deal with Eskom.
Yeah.
It means that most of the prices of electricity and the money which was generated, it was not used for the purpose which it was supposed to. And unfortunately, Eskom is not even, shy to say that we are wrong, we will fix ourselves and then get our house in order. They say, no, the electricity users must continue actually to fund us regardless of the inefficiencies, the gross mismanagement, the maladministration, which has been happening in Eskom.
I want to just get from OUTA's perspective. You are seeking legal advice to take this matter forward. So my sort of final closing question to you is, how far are you willing to take this matter? And you talk about the public protector. I believe that you're also approaching the public protector today.
That's true. What we did during October 2017, OUTA has written to the former Minister of Social Development, Ms. Bathabile Dlamini, to ask her to investigate the case related to Azande as well as SASA. And then the ministry responded by saying that that investigation is underway. However, up to this point, there is nothing that has come out of that investigation. Hence, OUTA has decided to lodge a complaint for the public protector to investigate the matter today.
Okay. All right.
So
excellent.
More details are available in our website, and then people can interact with the portfolio manager dedicated to deal with special projects within OUTA.
All right, let's leave it there for this morning. OUTA, thanks for coming in and talking to us about Eskom and some of the issues going on there when it comes to the tariff increases. 5.23% tariff hike is what the court is now reviewing, as opposed to that 19.9% tariff hike that Eskom had wanted. Ronald Chauke is OUTA's portfolio manager on energy, saying Eskom should clean their house in light of the power utility taking energy regulator Nersa to court to review this decision. All right, let's take a break. We'll see you after this. I think we've got